Test 1, 2, 3. Hey, the lighting is terrible in this. I chose the worst spot. Do you like my hair? A friend did this for me. Their name is Cherry. They just started a YouTube channel, and you should totally go subscribe to them. I will link in the description. But yeah, we cut like 3 inches off of it and dyed it red, and I'm gonna start this over because this lighting is driving me insane. That's better. Alright, so I'm here today because back in November, I mentioned this in my 2016 open letter video thing. Last November, I took part in National Novel Writing Month, or NaNoWriMo for short. And the website that does this also has a summer program, spring and summer, called Camp NaNoWriMo, and I'm now participating in that. So I wanted to do this in November, but I was crazy busy. It was like I was doing makeup crew for my school's fall play and musical rehearsals, and I was still in marching band season, and it was just way too hectic. I couldn't fit it in. But April is much more open. April is also a somewhat eventful month. I'm going to Montreal later, and I have April vacation, and I'm going on college tours. So I'm going to kind of take you guys with me on this. And basically, this is the writing process. People ask me when I mention I'm a writer how I get started and where my ideas come from and things like that. So every Tuesday and Thursday, I'm really gonna try. Every Tuesday and Thursday, I'm gonna try to upload a video that will talk about my process with writing, with getting started, with coming up with character names, research, all that kind of stuff. And this is the first one, and this is just kind of an introductory in which I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I'm doing for Camp NaNoWriMo. Camp NaNoWriMo is more focused on what you want to write. You set your goal, you say what you want to write. If it's fantasy, sci-fi, nonfiction, if it's a play, a set of poems, whatever, you design your project. And you're not alone this time. The regular NaNoWriMo, you're by yourself. But when it's camp, you actually get the option of doing these cabins. And I'm in a cabin with 11 other writers that are around my age. So now I'm going to introduce you more into what my project is. What it means to be imaginary. That's what I'm writing for this. That's the title. It is a one-act play, and I'm going to read you the synopsis real quick. Ayana is queen to a kingdom of beautiful fairies. Cole is the dark sorcerer that terrorizes the forest. Or so they thought. One day, when their human companions begin to ignore them, they both learn they are imaginary friends. Children create imaginaries, stop believing them, and eventually forget. That's when they move on to the land of the imaginary. Only Ayana and Cole's companions are writers. They don't plan on forgetting anytime soon. So, to go into depth what more that is, it's just the imaginary friends of these two kids who lived across the street from each other when they were children, and it follows the kids through their lives because the imaginary friends cannot move on from this world until they've been forgotten. But the children are writers, and they're writing about their imaginary friends, and so they're not gonna forget these friends. Cole and Ayana are trapped here on Earth, and the children at one point move away from each other, and they meet back up in college. And it's about that. It's about them being in college and still remembering their imaginary friends, and the friends watching on and trying to assist them but being invisible at the same time. And the school they go to it's a liberal arts school. There's a lot of writing majors, so there's this whole like underground club of imaginary friends, like mermaids and aliens and superheroes, because some of them get pretty weird, because admit it, you probably had a really weird imaginary friend as a kid. So that's what it goes into. It's because it is one act, it is roughly going to be 40 pages long, because that's how people tend to measure the length of a play, versus when you're writing a novel, word count is key, because pages can change from any little thing. But when it comes to writing a script, the standard is to do it in 11 or 12 point font, and it takes every page is roughly a minute, and so it's supposed to be a 40-minute play. I'm currently on page 9, which is really good, really good. I'm pretty much on schedule for it, and I'm really excited to keep going. I'll include like little excerpts from it as we go along, and I'll talk about where the names and ideas and the places came from, and you'll get to watch it evolve, because things will change. Character names might change, places might change. I haven't even decided what college these kids are going to be at yet. It might be real, it might be one I make up. But that is the beginning of this video series, the writing process, and I will see you guys on Thursday.